Hello all. Today we will discuss the error and significant digit. Both are the very important to perform any experiment, which is tell you the accuracy and precision in your measurement. These are the outline of my talk: experimental error, significant figures, and error estimation. In a experimental error, in this section, we will cover the different type of the error in the experiments and how to minimize its and significant figure. In this section we will cover all type of significant digit and its importance, and last one is the estimated error. In this section we will calculate the error in our experiment. Experimental error. What is the experimental error? The experimental error is the difference between the measurement and standard data, or between the two measurement values, and also it is measured by its accuracy and precision. What is accuracy? Accuracy, how much close the measurement values to the standard values. It means that suppose that here is the standard values and your measurement value is here. It will be very far from the standard one as compared to the this one. It means that here you can say that very low accuracy as compared to the this one. Here it is a very high accuracy because the measurement value is very close to the standard values. And what is the precision? Precision is tell us how closely two or more measurement are very agree with each other. What is the meaning of that? Suppose that you have repeated several times your experiment, and when you repeated the data, you can see that here all the data is very close to each other. It means that all the data are agreed with your experiment, and you can say that this type of the data is in a very high precision. But your repeated data, due to the environment, due to the any experimental region, your measurement data is very far to each other. In this result you can say that your measurement is in a low precision. Here I am giving a experiment, here the experiment list, and here it is a target. When you can say that in this figure, suppose here the four experimentalists are performing the experiment. Each will be repeated the experiment 5th time, and all the experimentalists have submitted their result in this form. Now you can see that here all the repeated data is very close to each other. It means that the repeated values are very close. It means that it is a high precision, and also all the data is also very close to the standard. It means center of the target. It will be a high accuracy. Now in this case you can see that the repeated data is very close to each other. You can say that high precision, but all the data is very far from the standard one. It means that it is a very low accuracy. Now here all the data is far from each other. You can say that it is a very low precision, but all the data is very close to the standard one. Yeah, you can say this very high accuracy. Now in this case at a very low accuracy and low precision, because the repeated data is always far from each other, and also they have to be very far from to the standard one. There are two types of the error: systematic error and random error. The systematic error will be effect on the accuracy on the measurement, it will be not effect on the precision. And the random error is always affect the precision on the measurement, it will be not effect on the accuracy. It is the one-sided error, and random error is two-sided error. What is the meaning of the one-sided error? One-sided error means the measurement data are differ from the standard values by a same amount. Here you can say that it's the standard values. Here use the repeated data will differ every time with a same amount. and all the measurement is one-sided. But in the case of here, the measurement data are above and below from the standard values. Here, this is standard values. Your measurement data is also here present. It will be also here present. Now your measurement look like a Gaussian function because your data will present here and here. You can say that here all the measurement data are present here, and it will be so that one-sided, and all the repeated data is very close together, but accuracy is very poor, like that. Here accuracy is very high, but precision is very poor because all the data is belonging in several direction. It will belong in all direction, not one-sided. Here all the data is one-sided. Suppose how to show the both errors are present in a measurement. Suppose systematic error as well as random error are both present in a measurement. You can say that this is standard values. When the systematic error is present, this is one-sided. This is observed values, and from the observed values, the both your repeated measurement are present in both sided from the observable values. It means that the systematic error also present, and as well as random error is also present. The total error is sum of systematic and random error. This is a maximum error. Here we can show. In this experiment, you can say that the poor accuracy and poor precision, both the error are present in this case. The systematic error and random error. What is the cause? The systematic error is always present due to the incorrect calibration, incorrect using of the apertures, and imperfection of the operators. And the random error will be present environmental limitation of the instruments and unknown sources. Here it is a rod, and now I am measuring the length of this rod because this scale is not started from 0. Is it the length of 2 mm? No, because in imperfection of the operators, and it is not calibrated. How to minimize? It cannot be minimized by the repeating measurement. Suppose you will repeat the experiment from this scale, the length will give wrong information, and it will be improved by minimized by improving the mechanical structure and designing of the operators. Suppose you will improve and the scale will be start from 0, then you can measure the length of the rod very accurately. And causes for the random error due to environmental limitation of instrument and unknown sources. You can see that here the rod is between these two divisions, and the least count of this rod is 1.1. You can see that is a 1 mm. No, it is between 1 and 1.1 mm. This is a limitation of this instrument. We cannot measure it. It is minimized by the repeating measurement. These are the important terms. How to calculate the accuracy, a measurement of how close the observation values is to the true values or standard values. These are the formula. And precision is measure of detail of significant figure in the values, and the significant figure, the least significant digit in a measurement depend on the smallest unit which can be measured using the measurement instruments. What is the significant figure? The digits are read from measuring instrument by observer. If the digits are showing doubtful on measuring scale like that, this doubtful digit will be equal to the fractional part of the estimate list count. Suppose estimate have a list count is 1 centimeter, you can estimate it up to the 10th point, for example 3.4. And also the list count is was 1 centimeter, you can estimate it up to the 100th position, like 5.08 centimeter. But these both number in case belong to a doubtful on the measuring scale, not every time. Here it is a meter scale in inch, and it is the wood stick. Now we have measured the length of wood stick. This length of wood stick is belonging between the two this number 1.5 inch and 1.6 inch. Here is the doubtful. Now we will take the averaging up to number and the final answer will be a 1.55. Here the list count is a 0.1. We can estimate it up to the 100 positions. Now what is the significant digits of figures? All non-zero digits are significant. For example, 112 is a all of a non-zero. It has a 3 significant figure. Trapped zeros between the non-zero digit are significant. Here the example 5 and 1 is a non-zero and 2 0 are tapped between the two non-zero. It means that whole number is a significant. It has a 4 significant figure. Leading zero are not significant. Here all the leading zero is not significant. Only 2 significant number is here. Trailing zero are significant after a decimal, like that. Here it has a 4 significant number. When the number are in a scientific notation, all the numbers are showing are significant. Here 1.20.119, it is a scientific notation. It is a 3 significant figure. And the decimal point at the end of the whole number indicated all the values to the left of the decimal are significant, like that. Is 500 is a 3 significant number and 500.0 is a 4 significant figure. Yeah, here I am giving the example is 0.000346050. Here all the leading zero is not significant, and these are the non-zero. It is significant figure, and the trapping between the two non-zero number, this zero is a significant number, and trailing zero is also significant number. It means that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 significant figure of this number. Here rounding of the significant figure. Suppose the last significant digit on the right is less than 5, drop it, like that. Here is the example 3 is less than 5, you can drop it, you will write like that. And if the last significant is equal or greater than 2 by 5, drop it and increasing the preceding digit by 1. Here 15.47, 7 is the more than 5, it means drop it and increasing by 1 of significant number of preceding digit. So you will get the answer 15.5. Similar for some other cases. In this case 337, 7 is the more than 5, you have to be round up is 340. Similar for 330, round up is 330, and similar for that, because 6 is more than 5, you will increase the preceding digit is 27.2, and 2 is again less than 5, you drop it, you will get the answer is 27. Here the arithmetic with a significant number. Here I am adding 3 numbers 1 2 3. First, in case of the addition and subtraction, you will find the least precision number. 12.1 is the least precision number, and the addition of all the number is 451.869. That is the right way to present this number? No, you will drop this to number because precision is 0.1. List you will drop and round up this number, so you will get 4.51.9. This is the final answer of this addition. Similar for this one, this is the least significance 0.8, you will write up to here, like that. And 4 is less than 5, you drop it this number This will be the final answer of this summation. Now, in case of the multiplication and division, you will find the least number of significant figure. Yeah, this one, four significant figure, two significant figure, and three significant figure. 2 1 is the least one. So your answer will be a only a decimal one places. When you multiply this number, you will get this answer, and the least signification is up to the decimal one places. That will be the answer. The decimal one places, that will be the answer of this question. Similar for like that, the another one division. Also, you can write like that. This is the final answer. Error estimation. There are three ways to calculate the error estimation. Is very popular. Is absolute error, relative error, and percentage error. In case of the absolute error, we will take the difference between the observed values and standard values. Here we will take the mod. Sometime observed values is more than the standard values, and sometime observed values less than the standard values. We will take the mod. Simply we will take the difference between the two values. In case of relative error, when we will divide the absolute error with the standard values, this is known as the relative error, and we will convert in a percentage error is known as the percentage error. What is the propagation of the error? Suppose we measured the some quantity with the error and now calculated the some other quantity with the help of measured quantity. We found that this type of the error are expressed in propagations. There are many methods to calculate the propagation of the error, but here we will discuss the few methods for propagation of the error. First is added the absolute oblique fractional error, averaging, and log and derivative method. Log and derivative is very popular nowadays. The first, added the absolute and fractional error. Suppose if to measure quantity are to be added or subtracted from each other, then the error in the resultant will be always be a sum of the error in the measurement. Here I am giving the two example. If the error are dependent, if the error are independent. Independent means you have measured from the same sources, you have measured from the different sources. Here we have taken the addition and subtraction. You will calculate the value of L and M with the help of y1 and y2. Here the summation and subtraction, but in the error you will add the absolute error like that in the both cases. Similar for the independent sources, you will add the absolute error in a quadratic form like that. Now, if the two measured quantity are to be divided or multiplied together, then the fractional error in the resultant is the sum of the fractional error in the measurement. In a previously case, when the summation and addition, the absolute error is very important, but in the case of multiplication and division, the fractional error are very important. Here I am giving the two examples. If the error are dependent, if they are independent, in case of the multiplication and division, simply you have added the fractional error like that. In the case of the independent, you have taken the fractional and percentage error in the quadratic form. When the z is the sum power of and measurement quantity and like that, the fractional error in z, this is the fractional error in z, is n time this one, n time the fractional error in x like that. Delta x by x is the fraction in x like that. Averaging. What is the averaging? In case of repeated measurement, calculate the averaging or mean of this measurement so that the mean may be thought of any estimated of the true value oblique standard values. For a set of n measurement like that, x1 and x2 and up to xn is the measurement values. The mean is given by like that. If the error are present in each measurement, suppose x1 have some error, x2 have some error, and x3 have error, it will also present the error in a mean also. The simplest estimated of the error in the mean comes from the range of data, and the range is simply the difference between the most extreme values in the set, and the error is the mean is given by the half of the range. Suppose you have measured the error in each measurement, so it means that the error is also present in a mean. What will happen? You will take the range difference between the two extreme points and you will take the half. So you can calculate the error in a mean like that. X and H is the highest and lowest values in the set respectively. This method is provided good estimated when you have a few measurement less than 10 or less than 15. This method will be very good. But in the case if you have a lot of measurement, you will take the standard deviation. You will take the help of the standard deviation. If you have take a lot measurement, then the error in the measurement is given by the standard deviation, and the formula of the standard deviation is gained by that, and the error in the mean is gained by like that. Now here I am giving some example. Suppose observer is measured the time when the ball is hit on the ground from the 2-meter height. Here the observer is recorded the time in this form. Here the data is very few. So you will take the help of the mean like that without using the standard deviation, and 2.1 and 2.01 are the highest and lowest values respectively. So we will calculate the range is this one. Take the simply differences between two numbers and divided by 2. This will represent the error in a mean. So we can write the error like that. And note, drop the large significance figure in the means, as the error is large enough make its meaningless. And it is very popular method, log and derivative method. And in case of log and derivative method, suppose here you have measured the three quantity A, B, C by a different instruments, and we have determined the another physical quantity Y with the help of this formula. H is a constant, M, Q, and R are the powers of the quantity A, B, C, B respectively. Take the log in both sided and differentiating. You will get delta Y by Y, and 4 pi and H are a constant. You will get 0 of differentiated values, and log A is delta A by A, and log C delta C by C, and B delta B by B. Here delta A and delta B are the uncertainty in a measurement. You can say the error in the error. Its numerical value will be equal to the least count of the respectively measuring instruments. The maximum power error in Y is, you will take here negative, you will take the positive when you calculate the maximum power in Y like that. This maximum power percentage error in Y is gained by like that. For example, in case of the biprism experiment, when you calculate the wavelength of the unknown source, so you will take the log of derivative, then differentiate, then you will calculate the maximum possible percentage error in lambda is given by like that. Similar in case of the polymeter, here you will take the log and derivative, and you will calculate the maximum possible percentage error in a specific rotation is here. Similar for the grating, you can calculate the maximum possible percentage error in lambda is gained by this one. Simply log and derivative you will take, and you will get the final answer in the error like that. Similar in the case of the energy band gap, you will take the log and derivative, and you will get the answer here. Here this one is the least count of the graph, because you will calculate the slope from the graph. In case of the numerical aperture in optical fiber experiment, you will calculate the numerical aperture, you will calculate the numerical aperture, the maximum possible percentage error in numerical aperture is like that. And similar for microscopic interferometer, in case of the microscopic interferometer, take the log and derivative. Here you will see that delta x1 and x2 are measured by the same instrument. You will take out like delta x, because least count of the instrument is the same in the both cases. Here you will take like that, and this is the percentage error in a lambda. Similar for in case of the Sexton experiment, you will take the log and derivative, and also you will take the delta beta is outside like that. This is the maximum possible percentage error in a H. Yeah, this one. Thank you.